Hey, this is RonnygoBOOM and welcome to my trap tutorial series. I'm super excited to show you today's invention because it's really easy to build, it works in every version of Minecraft, it's really reliable, and it's 100% undetectable. I got my friend Ham Lee to help me show off some of my traps this time, as well as a random person from my server named The Little Boomer, who I'm told chose his Minecraft name because of my channel. I hope you really like this video. Make sure you blow up that like button and check it out because I'm going to show you how to use this trap to its fullest capabilities, how to build it, and even how to avoid it. And make sure you stick around to the end because for the first time ever, I've invented an automatically resetting trap that kills players stuck in an obsidian room. And I'll also show you how to build this invention to make secret entrances for your base. Normally in these videos I like to show off how a trap works before I actually show off the traps, but this time we're going to skip straight to the fun. I'm going to show you two traps and then I'm going to explain how they work. Just show them what happens if you walk over that coarse dirt.
Don't mind if I do, Ron. Hutta!
Get away, run, there's bombs.
Bam, we blew up. My arm is still twitching.
Oh, it's so fun. Hey, welcome to my redstone world, where I'm going to show you my experience orb proximity detector. So there have been similar things done with this before. I've actually found some cool mazes online, but I've adapted this to work with traps as a proximity detector, and I'll do the simplest version right here. All you have to literally do is place down a little pressure plate like this, and we'll have some, let's say, some redstone coming off of it that triggers some kind of trap. We'll use a piston for now. So we got a piston, that's our trap. We literally, all we have to do is put in a bottle of enchanting here. So that it falls down, great. And now we just need to absorb that experience orb. Now, I can absorb it from several blocks away, I think about 6 blocks away. The closer I get, the more likely it is to actually get absorbed, and as soon as it gets absorbed, it triggers that trap. Now, I've invented this so that it can be automatically resetting using just a simple clock timer with a redstone torch and some repeaters, and I'll show you how to build this later, but I first want to show you how many different ways that we can use it. We can put it in a floor. This way works really, really well. I love this. This invention puts it onto a pressure plate also. I have some other designs in my other world that I'll show you as well a little bit later. We can put it in a wall like this in a corner. This one's for a very close proximity detector, and you can use different types of builds for different types of proximity. So for example, this one, the red, yellow, and orange show how close you have to be in order to trigger it in a certain amount of time. Red will trigger it very quickly. Yellow will take it longer to trigger, but it'll still trigger. So this one has a very large proximity. This one over here has a much smaller proximity. This one has a very, very small proximity. Let me show you with Ham Lee. I'm going to explain it to Ham Lee and you at the same time how this works. Let's go over to that video now. So Lee, see this piece over here that's yellow and orange and red? I want you to show them what it looks like when you step on the yellow, when you step on the orange, and when you step on the red. So there's a experience orb on there on the pressure plate right there, and as soon as you stand in an area that's yellow, it'll very, very slowly affect that piece. So try it now. Stand on the yellow glass.
Is this the orb maze?
Yeah, well, it's not quite a maze, it's more of a yeah. So
it's demo.
Yeah, so see, it's moving very slowly, and then there we go, it triggers for another one to fall. So this would trigger the trap. If you stand on the orange, it triggers quickly. If you stand on the red, it triggers very quickly. So it triggers whenever the orb falls off the pressure plate. Now stand completely off it and watch what happens.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I didn't map out that area, but some of that area is actually in it. This is just for the tunnel. So imagine this was a tunnel and you can't step like over here. It's a cool idea, isn't it? And it uses a lot of enchanting bottles, so it is a little expensive. You have to have bottles of enchanting, but you can get those if you have villagers, or a lot of faction servers let you purchase them. On our server, you can get them in Ground Zero for really easily. You can just like go around and find like 16 bottles in a chest. in Ground Zero. So it's really easy to acquire them on some servers. And servers where you can't acquire them easily, you're just going to have to get some villagers or maybe use a different option for a kill mechanism. So over here I have the double piston extender design that I used for this video. And it would appear that it glitched a little bit. There we go, okay. That was just because I haven't loaded this world in a while. So the lever, when flicked on... Lee, could you hit that lever for me?
Sure, Ron.
It's just a simple double piston extender, and if you... it's tileable, and that's why I used it. So I used that one in this tunnel right over here. And there's actually one of these orb piston absorbers, and whenever you stand over by that coal, then it'll absorb that item, or that item will kind of home toward you. And why don't you fall in the trap, Lee? I'll pull you back. Show them what it's like.
Alright, here we go.
So as soon as you start to get close, it'll start to move. If you move too quickly, it's possible to run right by it without it getting triggered. But...
Oh, I just slowly passed... Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Wow, you just barely made it. Nice, Drew. Or nicely. So yeah, you get the point. Let's go into GM3 and show how it works. So basically, the same thing. This spits out a bottle of enchanting, and the experience orb lands on the pressure plate. If a player walks too close to that pressure plate, then that player pulls the item. Go ahead, Lee, and pull that item. Stand in a place. Come on close to where the coal is. Come in the tunnel. And so that the players can watch it get pulled off. Exactly. And as you go by, it gets pulled off the pressure plate, triggering the trap, and you fall to your death. Yep.
I felt that.
So the redstone is pretty easy to hook up. Back here it's a little bit more complicated because there's stuff in the way. So let me just show you this one out here. In order to make this, it's a really simple mechanism. You just have a pressure plate with a torch on top, repeater heading away from that torch, and you hook it up to another repeater from a block going back into that block. So this is a timer, and it'll just continue around in a circle as a timer whenever it's triggered. So whenever the orb gets pulled off the pressure plate, it triggers the redstone. It will continue to go around in a circle until an orb falls on that pressure plate. There's a dispenser up here that's got a bunch of bottles of enchanting, and then I just make some blocks around in a circle that make sure that that orb falls on the pressure plate. So let's come on over here and test out this other mechanism. This is one that you can easily hide in the ground. This one doesn't work for pitfall traps, but it is flush with the ground, and you can place it literally anywhere. It's super undetectable, and it's very compact. I love this one. So basically what you do is you can hook it up to a pressure plate like before, but in this one I just have a button. Lee, can you come over to me?
Yeah, you're invisible. Oh, you're right there.
Okay, so we hit the button and it starts the trap. So as soon as a player stands up here, it pulls an item through the string. It's tough to see a string, but there actually is a string in front of that observer block. The observer block, the string pretty much updates the observer block, which triggers the redstone, and that's all it does. You put an item in there. When a player is above it, the item goes up through the string and triggers that light, just like we just saw. So here's the same kind of mechanism we have over here, bottle of enchanting in the dispenser, except for instead of being hooked up to a button, we hook it up to a timer. So this hopper timer right here has just enough to be a little bit less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes is the cooldown time before items and experience orbs despawn. So before this orb despawns, it's going to spit out another one, and then they just kind of build up here doing the exact same thing. And it triggers the redstone only when a player is on one of these 9 blocks, because it pulls that orb up through the string, which triggers that observer block, and then whatever redstone you'd like. In this case, I showed you before, we triggered a bunch of TNT to explode, opening up the floor for him to fall to his death onto a bunch of hoppers, but at the time I didn't place down the hoppers. I could have easily put down hoppers, or I could have just put it in a room with lava, or whatever kind of kill mechanism I wanted to. Or we could just use enough TNT to blow Lee to smithereens.
Oh yeah, that was a good time.
This is exactly the same mechanism, except it's got the dispenser system, it's got the timer system, and it's got one extra thing. In case the bottle of enchanting is empty, it gives you a little light in your base that will indicate to you, hey, it's time to go fill up the bottle of enchanting. So let's take a look and see what it looks like when the bottle of enchantings are empty. So it's starting to use its last one. It's been going a long time, and we've run out. It's time for this dispenser to start spitting out its last item. So it uses its last item, so now it turns on a light that says, hey, it's time to go fill up the bottle of enchantings. And there we go. We filled it back up, and the light turns off, and we're all set. Super simple, just using a comparator for what a comparator is good for. Now I'm going to show you how to use this as a secret entrance mechanic. I'm going to press this button here. It doesn't seem to go to anything. There's really nothing around. It's supposed to affect this area here, so I press this button. It doesn't do anything. But if I know what this button does, then I can use it as my secret entrance. I'm going to walk this way, certain amount of steps, and then my secret base will open up in front of me. There we go. Go into my secret base, it automatically closes behind me, and we can go ahead and get all of our good stuff. All my valuables are hidden back in here. Let's go into GM3 so I can show you how this works. This button is actually hooked up to a piece of redstone that runs a line all the way down here to the same mechanism that we built before, the hidden underneath the floor mechanism. It shoots out a single bottle of enchanting, and this way it's never wasted. It's not hooked up to a timer, so it only uses one when you press the button, and since it's 15 blocks away, you can't hear the dispenser dispense that item. The sound does not travel more than 15 blocks away. So when I walk over here above it, I absorb that item, or I pull this up through the string, which is right here. I don't know if you can see the string, but the string makes the observer block pull the floor away, opening up my secret base so that you can get all your stuff and then do whatever you like. Cool secret base entrance. I have my room. I just need a volunteer. I need someone to die in my obsidian room. Alright, obsidian is an awesome block because it's super secure, but you can't push it with pistons and you can't really blow it up, so it's really hard to trap, but I found a way to do it. Check this out. There we go. All you gotta do is put on the armor and jump around. Yep. That's it. Oh, that was great. What a cool trap. Alright, now let's show you how it works. So it's actually based off of this principle by a guy named Ilmango. Ilmango has been producing some awesome inventions. If you haven't heard of his channel, go check it out, because this guy is brilliant. He's been showcased on .com77's channel. He's just got some great inventions. I've used a lot of them. Well, he came up with this thing right here, and it works, but it doesn't work perfectly. I kind of had to modify it a little bit for my purposes to work through Obsidian. He originally designed it to work with other blocks other than Obsidian. He designed it to work with just regular blocks for a toggleable nether portal, but here I've changed it to work in Obsidian for my purposes. Pretty fun. And we could even put like a zombie or something up there if we wanted to, once it respawns. So there we go. I'll put a couple zombies up here. Hopefully they don't die before this happens. We'll blow them up. Super fun. Well, we employed the same principle here, except for we hooked it up to my proximity detector. Once a player is inside, they pull that item off of the pressure plate. They trigger all of these dispensers that dispense some TNT onto these little guys. There's a little bit of a delay over here. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4 full repeater tick delays, and then 1 at 2 ticks after a pulse shortener. What's this called? A monostable circuit. And then we just loop the redstone all around to these different things, so it just goes down and up very, very quickly. And I'll show you how this works. So we pull this off the thing, it triggers, TNT gets dispensed, and then it pushes down and pushes up very, very quickly putting all the TNT up into the room, and it's obsidian so it doesn't break. So all you have to do is find a way to get a player into this room, and then they're pretty much dead. Pop up. Awesome. And for clarity, let me just show you how to do this. So basically you have an obsidian block here. You put TNT in the dispenser literally in the obsidian block with this slime block underneath it. The redstone from this button gets triggered to go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full repeater delay. And then shortened pulse with this the sticky piston pushing up the block. And then we have a repeater set to 2 ticks, a signal inverter, a torch, and then just a sticky piston with a slime block. And you'll see how this works. It's super simple. We put the TNT right here, pops it up, right at the correct amount of time. If you find that it's going too high and then coming back down too quickly, then you can extend or shorten the signal just by adding or removing repeaters to get whatever height you want. Even if these weren't obsidian blocks, if these were regular blocks, let's say like grass, it would still work and it doesn't blow them up because of the timing on the system. So just to show you that it works. It pops up in the air and it's so high that it doesn't blow up those blocks. I just used obsidian just to show you that yes, you can actually shoot TNT up through obsidian even without like a flush floor piston retractor. I just love this. It's so much fun. I'm sure you can think of lots of other cool uses for this as well. Alright, so I've showed you lots of different inventions. Now it's finally time to build it. Here's a tutorial. Let's make a flush one of these in a wall. So we're going to start out with just a regular wall, and we're going to place this right here on the side. On the side we're going to place a redstone torch with a repeater going away and a repeater going to it, each set to 4 ticks, redstone, redstone, and then we want to hook this up to a dispenser up top. This is just going to be a regular dispenser, just like this. Excellent. So, next, we're going to place some blocks along the sides and fill this up with bottles of enchanting. We're going to make a little staircase to go up to this dispenser, like so. And redstone, 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 and we're all set. That item will fall on the dispenser, and when a player runs by, they'll be pulling that item off of the dispenser, triggering whatever trap you like. You could even set this back another block as well, and it'll still be very reliable. You see it's already starting to act up, but if you give it a little bit more space like this, as soon as you run by, you trigger the trap. One easy way to hook this up would just be to place some sticky pistons underneath, pulling away the floor to drop you to your death into a bunch of hoppers. To make the one that goes in the floor, we're just going to replace our pressure plate with an observer block. So it goes something like this. So we're going to have a dispenser facing the side into a half slab that's placed along the bottom. On top of that, we have an observer block. We actually want to face it this way, and we're going to place a piece of string on top of it. So whenever the bottle of enchanting gets pulled up through the string, it'll get detected. We're going to put some bottles of enchanting in the dispenser, and we're going to line the outside with blocks just like this. Then we just place a block on top, and there we go. We have a regular floor. If a player stands for any short length of time on any of these blocks, he will pick that item up and affect this block right here off of the dispenser. So we can put just a little bit of redstone right there, and we have it all done. Sometimes I like to put the dispenser on a different side just to make the redstone a little bit easier to work with, so we'll put that there instead. Block it up just like before, put this guy in, and then hook this dispenser up to a 5-minute timer. 5-minute timers are easy to make. Just take a block like this, sticky piston, hoppers leading into each other, a comparator coming out of each hopper and going into a block, piece of redstone there, and then we fill this with a couple stacks of items. It could be any stack, any items, but that right there is going to be a nice clock that'll give us an output, exactly what we want. So every couple minutes, that'll put a bottle of enchanting into this area right here, and it'll trigger whatever trap we like. One trap that I like to use is TNT. Want to see the explosion one more time, Lee?
Okay. You want me to go on this thing?
Yeah. Let me just watch it from below this time. We'll watch that item go. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and stand on that.
Just get a different angle of my death.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a string here. You can't see the string, but it is there. There we go. Whenever that little item goes through, and then the TNT explodes.
Oh, I'll never get used to that.
TNT explodes, opening up the floor for you to fall to your doom. I like to put hoppers down there so that we can collect your items. You could do this as large as you want with dispensers, or you could just hook it up to just straight up TNT. It's going to be a little laggy while this regenerates. I love Creeper Hero. It makes it super easy to make traps like this, or at least in Creative World. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you next time on one of my trap tutorial series. My factions tutorials are coming out very soon, and I can't wait to start that series up again on Boomcraft. And if you ever want to see one of my inventions, all you have to do is go to boom.ronnygo.com and log into the server there. There's no need for a map download, because right over here, as soon as you log in and spawn, there's a little YouTube room where you can see in spectator mode all of my redstone inventions and traps. Just go in here, go through the portal, and then you end up here in spectator mode where you can go around and see all the traps that I've built in this video and in all my future videos as well. Wait, don't stand there, back up, get away.
God.
Let me check on the trap. Okay, appears to be working.
Holy Christ.
It works.
Well, I guess it works.
Okay. Okay, so now you guys fight in the tunnel. Alright, go ahead.
Hey, what? No damage. Oh, it said I couldn't PvP there. Oh, is that... Can I PvP here?
That's not the point. The point is you guys died, right?
Right. Oh, okay, so it works. Oh, okay. So you don't need to film us dying.
So, Hamley is in frame. We're gonna get him to test this out. So go where you need to go, Lee.
Okay. Where am I? Okay. I'm gonna go this way.
Nope, too far, you missed it.
I missed it.
There's a very small window, and only I know where it is. You have to stand near it.
What? What if I just go in a big circle?
Hold on. Wait. Don't stand where I am. Okay. So, wait. /GM1. Do you see me? Look around. You need to be directly under me, but wait till I get back in camera position, okay? See where I am?
Right, I gotta be right there.
No! Jeez. Okay, yes, that's where you gotta go. And
Okay.
go in a circle around it. Go in a circle around it so you come from the top right corner.
But I can go over there once you're recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm recording. Do it, Lee.
Alright, let's find this darn thing. Where could it be? Where could it be? I don't really know what I'm looking for.
You forgot where it was, Lee?
No, it's right over... Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, now go where I was. Okay, now you know where the spot is. Go, fall in it.
I don't even know what we're looking for here. What is... Oh, I hear bombs.
Are you sure?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Just took out like a huge portion of the map.
Watch
I'm
it
still
though.
alive.
All right, do it up, Lee. That's the special spot. I made it coarse dirt. So,
Okay.
So you can make it blend in with the environment if you wanted it to, but just show them what happens if you walk over that coarse dirt.
Don't mind if I do, Ron. Hutta!
Get away, run! There's bombs.
Bam! He blew up. Oh, my arm is still twitching.
Oh, it's so fun.
Right.
Close this off. There we go.
Okay.
And it looks like I just missed a couple more pieces. Perfect. So step on that glass and show them what happens.
Alright, here we go. Oh boy.
So the item gets pulled up. It triggers those TNT. Those
Oh,
TNT don't fall because I build little bases around them. And then they blow up the whole floor.
And I'm twitching again.
Whoops. Yeah, there was another one next to it as well. Pretty cool, huh?
I like watching the blocks regenerate.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Oh. Okay. Sorry. Oh. Cool. Are you still recording?
Yeah. Let me
Oh.
stop the recording.